My first memory with horses was probably when I was 5 years old. I remember going to an apple orchard and there was a horse there and I started petting it. And I think I was hooked from that moment on.
I was raised by a cattle farmer. We had tobacco and cattle, and horses were not part of our life. Dad always said, you don't want horses because you can't catch them. I finally talked him into getting me one, and things just took off from there.
I've been in the industry for about 3 years, so I'm kind of new to it. I'm from California, grew up in northern Kentucky, come from kind of a broken home. Addiction ran rampant in our house. I was incarcerated for a long time. When I got here to TaylorMade, I was never asked, what'd you do, where'd you come from? It was all, how can we help you? And my life has changed completely.
I've been working with horses for as long as I can remember. Working with horses, it's very humbling. One day you're on cloud 9 and the next day they're like, let me remind you I'm 1,000 pounds. And you're like, okay. Having grit, I think, is one of the biggest things that you need when you're working with horses.
You've got to have a passion for the horse in this industry. That has to be number one. I don't think people realize the work that goes into getting up on cold mornings and being hot or in the storms and taking care of them and really truly being worried about them. There's a lot to it.
I'm a big believer in, getting up before the sun to get the horses work before it gets too warm out. You get to the track, turn some horses out, get some horses in that were outside, and then we start jogging. Training horses, we get to travel track to track. We get to see a lot of different places. It's just always different.
The horse industry in Kentucky is not always what we see the first Saturday in May. In fact, that's the small portion of it. There's a whole world beyond that that most people don't ever think about.
The horse industry brings a lot of benefits to Kentucky. It employs so many different people working hands-on with horses, if they're working in veterinary clinics, if they're working in a supply store that brings items to farms. There's just a million different ways that you can be involved in the industry.
It's had a huge impact on the agricultural industry. Maybe even saved it because the tobacco industry is gone. And otherwise it would be a lot like some of these other places that dry up on the vine.
I mean, from grooms to trainers to farriers to vets, there's so much going on. People don't even know.
When everyone's in need, the people in this industry seem to bond together and get what needs to be done. So it's a great group of people to work with.
I think the horse industry has created a lifestyle, so to speak. When you think about the car you drive or the home you live in or the social activities you have, your friends, it provides you all those opportunities because it's the way in which you make a living, it's the way in which you come in contact with people. I mean, there's this sense of community within a community.
The support I've had from the horse industry has been remarkable. I work with people that come in here that's never touched a horse, that are broken, homeless. In 2 days, you can see a smile on their face. In 2 days, they have a purpose of waking up that day. I basically came from nothing. Now I am a broodmare manager. I have a house here on the farm. I have a passion for this that is just, I'm on fire every day for it.
For me, it's been a lot of time I've gotten spent with my father, learning his trade and learning his skill. Time that we get spent together that a lot of people don't get. So it's meant pretty much everything so far in life.
Our horses are definitely like family. I mean, they're our livelihood. My kids learn so much from the horses, being able to put them before themselves. When we're on the road and we've been working all day and rodeoing and everybody's hot and tired and grumpy, We still feed the horses, clean the stalls, give them baths, pick their feet, get them tucked in, and then it's time to go figure out what we're gonna eat. People think of Kentucky, they think of horses. They don't think of dollars, they don't think of sales. They wanna come from out there to see what we've got here. And that's really cool because we take it for granted. You know, we wake up in the morning, we see beautiful green grass and beautiful horses and our plank fences, and we're just used to it. But that is Kentucky. Horses are Kentucky.
I mean, it is a one-of-a-kind place. It really is.